What's up, boys and girls? Hope you're having a good day so far. So we've got some big news in the darts world, and that is that Unicorn have stepped down as board provider or board sponsor for the PDC. So this is big news. This is huge. This has come out today. The whole of Twitter's gone mad, and I wanted to talk about it and go through my thoughts, what I think the new potential dartboards could be, and also I think there's going to be a big change that occurs as a result of this in the next year or so. And I want to talk about that as well. So if you want to find out all of that, stick around to the end of the video. If you do enjoy this video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you're brand new. We need at 50,000 subscribers. If you're enjoying the content, then hit the subscribe button, tell your friends, and let's get into it. So, Unicorn have provided a little statement. If you want to read the whole statement, link in the description below, top link, go have a look at that. But they have basically said, there's one sentence that sticks out. They have said, Unicorn have taken the decision to step away as the dartboard sponsor of the Professional Darts Corporation following their successful 25-year partnership. Now, this sounds to me that Unicorn have decided themselves to step away. That could be potentially not the exact truth. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not a part of Unicorn or the PC. I haven't got a clue, but I do think that they were maybe nudged a little bit because of the way that people have been reacting to the Unicorn boards. But we'll come on to that in a little bit. That's a story for later on in the video. So I think the question is, what's the new dartboard going to be? That is the one that everyone's going to be querying, everyone's going to be questioning, and I think it boils down to 4 dartboards. I think there's 4 potential dartboards that could replace it. And I think there's one clear winner that I think a lot of you guys are going to be thinking. Now, unless the PDC decide to create their own dartboards, which is potential, it's a good thing. It could happen. I would imagine that the next dartboard is currently out at the moment. I would imagine the next PDC dartboard you can buy right now. So let's go through who I think is going to be and what I think about those boards. So the obvious one, the Winmore Blade 6. That is a potential. I think also the Target Aspar board is a potential. I think the Bulls Advantage 5.01 is also a potential. And I think the 180 Gladiator 3 Plus is a potential. Now, the Gladiator 3 Plus, I don't think it's going to be chosen. I think it's one of the probably considered boards, but I don't think it'll be chosen. For me, it was a little bit tough, a little bit too hard. I don't think people are going to like it too much, especially on stage and stuff. So I don't think the 180 Gladiator 3 Plus will be the next board, in my personal opinion. But I can definitely understand why some people might say so. It had its little stint in the BDO, little stint at the beginning of the WDF season and stuff, and I used it at Chelsea. It's a decent board, but I don't think it's going to be the next PDC board. Next is the Target Aspar. I don't think this is going to be the PDC board either. I can understand why people think it's going to be the Target board. The Target board is going to be on the World Seniors in a few days. It's also probably the one of the top 2. Yeah, I think you could argue back and forth, but one of the top 2 companies in the world as far as darts goes. I think that they are obviously Target huge, and their board is fairly popular. But for me, I don't think the board's good enough. I don't think it's good enough for TV. I don't think it's good enough for PDC TV especially, and I don't think it's going to be picked. Now, the next one is the Bulls Advantage 5.01. This is a board that's been out for a little while, but this is a very good dartboard. I enjoy using this a lot. Often I'll get a new dartboard and I'll try it, I'll put it on my wall, I'll try it out, I'll give it a little go, and then after about 2 weeks I decide I don't like it, and 9 times out of 10 I put my Advantage 5.01 up again because it's my favourite board. It's the best board that I've used in a very long time. It's a very good dartboard. It's very good for TV as well. It's like TV ready. The wires are white, everything's brightly coloured, everything looks good on screen because I stream with it and I think it looks good as well. And I think it's a very underrated potential board for the PDC, but we shall see. I don't know if it's a well-known board. I don't know if that's going to play a factor in it, but let's just get to the point. We're all thinking it. We all think it's going to be the Winmore Blade 6 triple core. It's going to be the next dartboard that we see on TV, and I'm not surprised. I think most people are going to expect that to be the next dartboard. Now, I think the only thing that could potentially stop this from being the next dartboard is some sort of sponsorship or contract issues or anything like that. I think that's the only thing that potentially stops this thing from being a thing, but I don't see how this isn't. I don't see how the Winmore Blade 6 triple core is not the next TV dartboard. So that's what I think. That's my opinions, and I think it's a very good board. Now, there is one thing that I want to touch on, and that is the fact that Unicorn, I almost feel were pushed, or a little bit pushed, or at least nudged, or in some way felt forced to make this decision and to pull their dartboards away from the PDC events, which, by the way, they will be at the Masters this weekend, but that will be the last event that they use the Unicorn dartboards on. So this is my thought process on what is going to happen and why there might be a potential rule change in 2022 around the darts. And this is to do with the points. Now, a lot of people seem to think, and I'm sure you guys watching the video have voiced your opinions, that the Unicorn dartboards do not perform very well on TV. And not many people are talking about the reasons for it. People just think the Unicorn dartboard's rubbish. I personally think the Unicorn dartboard is very good. I think it's more than good enough for a TV event. It's more than good enough for the PC. It's more than good enough for your pub, your home, wherever you play darts. It's a very, very good dartboard, and I will be having a video out on that shortly. But that's one for the future. I think it's a very, very good dartboard, and I think it's at least top 2 dartboards on the market right now. But a lot of people, because the Unicorn dartboard is the only dartboard that people see on TV, a lot of people think it's rubbish because it gets damaged fairly quickly when players are using ridiculous points, or when players are using really, really grippy points. Now, is this going to be a problem with the replacement board with the Blade 6 potentially? Yeah, it's going to be the exact same problem, I think. I don't see how the Blade 6 performs any better to some of the points that players are using nowadays. And I think it's going to be just as bad. I think it's going to take as much damage. And I think a lot of fans who have been slating the Unicorn dartboards are going to say, well, actually, it's happened again with the dartboard that we've been saying is the best dartboard in the world. Why is this happening? Maybe it is the points, and I think that's going to happen. I do think that the dartboards are going to be destroyed kind of fast, at least at a similar rate to the Unicorn dartboards. And I think a lot of people are going to sort of take a step back and maybe think, oh, maybe we shouldn't have said that about Unicorn, because their dartboard's actually quite good. They're potentially even performing better than the ones that we're currently seeing, which is an interesting point. And I think that's also going to cause the PDC to sort of take a step back and say, you know what? This has happened twice now. Two manufacturers, 2 different dartboards. This keeps happening. Maybe it's the points. Maybe we should regulate the points. And I believe that the points at some point in the next year will be regulated, and only approved dart points will be allowed. And by approved, I mean literally any dartboard, any point made by any manufacturer is fine. I think homemade points are going to be a thing of the past, and I think altered points are going to be a thing of the past as well. I don't think you're going to be allowed to turn up at a PDC event with either homemade points, altered points, points that some company who we don't know has made or has produced or whatever. And I think there's going to be a big change in the world of dart points and in just the world in general. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on the Winmore potential being the new dartboard sponsor. Who would you rather see? Is there anyone who you'd rather see as the board sponsor or board provider? What do you think about Unicorn withdrawing their boards? And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, slap a like on it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.